Let's just do like 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Oh, wait, were we supposed to do it at the same time?
Yeah, we were supposed to go. Welcome back.
And this is the Pioneer Careers Podcast. My name is Kenny.
And my name is Natalea.
And we are so excited to be back for the spring semester here at Point Park. It's so crazy. It's already February. Wow, I can't even talk. I'm so tired. It's Monday morning. But it's February. Seasonal depression is in full effect, right?
Well, this week it's going to be pretty nice out. It's going to be like 47 today. I think that's the high.
I know. What was it? Yesterday it was like 50 degrees. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and over the weekend it was Groundhog's Day.
Oh, and wait, so tell me what you did this weekend.
Oh, yeah. I guess I got to share with the class what I did. All right. So Friday I went up to, Punxsutawney because it's only like an hour and a half to 2 hours away. And I got to see Phil, chant his name, Phil.
Phil.
It was my first Groundhog's Day ever.
That's so exciting. That's actually really exciting.
I know. And my roommate, she's from Punxsutawney. And I've been to Punxsutawney many of times. And I have like so many friends from there. But this is my first actual time being there for Groundhog's Day. Mm-hmm. And not that, I don't want to say it didn't live up to the expectations. But if I got a better night's sleep the night before, I was running on 3 hours of sleep, woke up at 4 a.m., dealt with people. I'm not a morning person. I think I would have had a better time,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy to say that I experienced it, and I was there. He didn't see his shadow, which is great, which means an early spring for everybody who has seasonal depression,
Yay.
like me. And yeah, but how was your weekend? Like, I heard some great news.
Yes, so I went to New York City for a track meet. Mm-hmm. We left on Thursday morning, came back Saturday night, but we actually broke our 4x200 meter school record relay.
Yay!
And then I got a personal best in the open 400, and I ran a 60, which I've been really, really working for that all 4 years. So it was like really exciting to see that. Saturday was okay. It wasn't anything special, but It was so cool competing at the Armory in New York City. Yeah. Like, that was just a really cool experience overall.
Girl, how many records can your records break? That's so crazy.
I know. A lot of people are breaking records too. Like, it's not even just me. It's a lot of people on our team. Like, our team is just like stacked this year.
Yeah. It's the year to break records, everybody.
It is.
So get out there and do what you need to do. But before we kind of get into our topic today, it's February. We're kind of like a month into the semester. How's the semester been going for you?
It's been good. I mean, we're already, is this week 5 already?
Yeah. It's crazy to think.
That's insane. It's been going really good. I think for me, I'm in 3 capstones this semester. Yeah. So that kind of is a lot, just like managing all of that. But overall, it's been really good. How about you? How's everything been in the Career Readiness Center?
Well, personally, the year started off a little rough for me. I got COVID right after New Year's. And I don't know if I still sound like it or whatnot. I'm still a little bit like raspy, a little nasally. So I don't know if it's COVID after effects or whatnot, but it was a rough 2 weeks. Still dealing with sinus stuff afterwards. And I don't know. I'm over the cold. I was excited to see that Phil did not see his shadow. And we're getting an early spring, quote unquote, and hopefully, because I need it. My body needs it. My skin needs it because it's dry. I'm tired of moisturizing. I just, But in the Career Readiness Center, we're excited because we have our new center opening possibly in March. Beginning of March, who knows, whatever. But I'm really excited.
It's exciting.
I want to get out of West Penn 5th floor because I feel like no one knows where we are still. And we'll have our own little space and our own little area to do what we want. But we have some fun things planned for this semester. Not as much as we did last semester. The students who might be listening know that we were everywhere last semester. We had 5 career expos. We were tabling everywhere. We had employers everywhere. But with the opening of the center this semester, we're kind of just, seeing where things go, seeing how we can utilize our time and, also celebrate with the seniors like you who are graduating. And we don't have to get into that because I'll be really sad. So let's get into our topic for today. Yay. So today's topic is networking, getting your face out there and getting out of your comfort zone, a culmination of all of that. Can you talk about that a little bit? Like, how has, networking really brought you out of your comfort zone? And how has getting your face out there really helped you with that?
So starting, I would say last year is when I really started to network, my junior year, which is a perfect year because you're not a senior yet. You're still have an extra year. So just putting yourself out there can be really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And especially in this generation, a lot of our stuff is online. So when it comes to like face-to-face things now, it's definitely more difficult for people to do. But if you have that type of skill,
Yeah.
even if you don't have that, you can still work on it to start networking and just, getting your name out there, just introducing yourself, doing that little elevator pitch. Hey, I'm Natalea Hillen. I'm this
Yeah.
major. I do this, and just ask for advice and see what the employer says, or. But that's kind of what I've done like the last year. Just put myself
Yeah.
out there and introduce myself to people and put myself in the right places too.
Yeah. That's what we kind of urge students to do as well. Like with our career expos last semester, yeah, the expos might have not fallen into your major or your interest, but we still wanted students, especially the underclassmen, freshmen and sophomores, to really just get that experience with employers, with those industry professionals, and get that practice into, introduce yourself, practice those elevator pitches, like you said. Hi, my name is Kenny. I work at Point Park. I am a coordinator of employee recruitment. These are my skills. This is what I've done. Quick 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to talk about our topic today. I have some notes. I am saving trees and I'm using my fancy work laptop. So, yes. So, for networking, and don't know if you guys know this. I don't even know if you know this. The 3 C's. So, connection, communication, and collaboration. We all know what connecting is, right? Connecting effectively with others is what pretty much it's all about. And then communication. Communication is very important, especially in a workplace. A workplace that values communication is one where everyone feels their voice is being heard. So, and also when networking as well, you want to be able to communicate your needs and your interests, especially in your elevator pitch. You want to be succinct and stuff like that. And then collaboration, and this could be mainly in the workplace as well, and getting your face out there, just collaborating with others. It's that teamwork aspect. And teamwork is a part of the 8 competencies. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. The 8 competencies for NACE, the National Association of Colleges and Employers. And those competencies are what employers look for in candidates. So teamwork, if you feel like you're lacking in that, maybe you want to work on that a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any words on the 3 C's or anything about networking?
I think they're spot on. Each C represents a part of networking,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of need them all to be efficient and succinct. Exactly like you said.
Yeah.
The communication part, I know, like I just read on the article, even like the listening aspect in a conversation, you're not even just, telling people your elevator pitch, but you're also listening to what they have to say back about their company, what they do, their background, who they are as a person. Because once you really get down to that level and connect, then you can collaborate after.
Yeah, and especially that connection aspect. Just ask people questions about themselves. Ask them about their job. Ask them about the company. Just do your research and really be engaging, which I think could be another aspect of getting your face out there in the networking field.
I agree.
And networking is important when you're in college. You know, you never know who you know will benefit you in the long run. It can be very advantageous to connect with your professors, make those long-lasting relationships, whether it be an internship as well, your employers, anybody. Industry professionals are going to be, just make sure you have some in your back pocket because you never know when you can use that to your advantage.
I like to say I was working really hard to get 500 plus connections on LinkedIn. I was adding people for a couple weeks, and I finally got it like a month or two ago. So
I'm still working on that.
it was a goal for me to get that before I graduated. I don't even know why. I just wanted to try to connect with as many people as possible, even from my internship over the summer, and just maybe potential people I might see like out in the field one day. So
yeah, and it's crazy. I think I'm still getting used to my face being out there because there's people who email me. There's people who maybe call my office phone. They're like, "Hey, I saw you on the university website, and this is what you do at the university. Can you help me?" I was like, "Oh, people know what I do." But I'm like, well, that's what the website's for, right? But when I first started, I didn't really get that. People didn't really know who I was. But now to see that people are recognizing my name, it's very humbling. And I don't want to say it's scary, but it's like, I'm not used to it. So I think that's a part that I'm getting used to, getting my face out there, getting comfortable with that, the comfortability factor, and just, getting out of my comfort zone. Going back to last semester, we always talked about getting out of our comfort zone.
And that's what we've been doing the entire time.
This whole podcast is us getting out of our comfort zone and just putting ourselves out there, networking, whoever this may reach. So, but are we ready for our guest?
I think we're ready.
Stay tuned. So, Natalea, are we ready to introduce our special guest today?
Yep, we're ready.
So today we have senior Matthew Harris, econ and finance major.
Yay! Woo-hoo! Welcome to the Pioneer
Matthew.
Careers Podcast.
Welcome.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
We're happy to have you. So today's topic is about networking, getting your face out there, the grind of it all, pretty much. And I know you've been grinding. So can you just talk to us a little bit about your journey here at Point Park, where you started, and how you kind of got out of your comfort zone?
Yeah, so freshman year, I was running track with Natalea. Stopped running track and just kind of was going through the motions of school and everything, and then came across the career fairs and the business expos, which is where I met you, Kenny, and kind of just broke out of my shell and got involved in school and things, and now we're here in senior year. It's been a long time coming, but we're here now.
Yeah, you're involved in a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, so I'm in the Student Accounting Association. I'm on SGA now, and then I work in the tutoring center right on the same floor as you. So, but yeah, just kind of just starting to meet people, and it started out with meeting you guys at the career fairs, just telling me to just break out of my shell and go into these different interviews and everything, just kind of telling your story and just meeting people. Simple, hey, hello, now you know them, and you didn't before.
Now you know them.
What was that kind of turning point? I know you met us at the business expo, which may have pushed you a little bit, but was there anything internally where you're like, wow, yeah, I kind of need to get out of my comfort zone. I'm in this industry. I'm going to have to know people and network. Was there anything that really pushed you to get out of your comfort zone, or anyone, I should say?
Yeah, I think that it was just the conversations with you and Dean just telling me that I'm about to graduate now. So if you just really start talking to people and focusing on what you really have to do and just kind of trying to meet people. I know I see Natalea on TV shows, networks, all that different type of stuff on campus. So I kind of just had to take that step and start talking to people. So
you're like, I just got to get over it. Yeah. I gotta be, not introverted. I gotta be extroverted, I guess.
And going to the career fairs and just going and talking to employers at different tables also really helped. Just having conversations, it kind of just, it's gives you experience pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I know for me, I've always been a pretty outgoing person, I'd say, for the most part. I love talking to people and being with people. But I think for me also, there's still that little anxious part that's oh my gosh, networking, especially when you're freshman, sophomore. So what do you recommend to freshmen and sophomores kind of in a position where they're kind of feel intimidated maybe to start networking?
I would say to join clubs on campus and just start going to different career fairs, because even if you're going to a club by yourself, it gives you the chance to meet other people that are involved in other things on campus. So if I wasn't running track before, I probably wouldn't know who you were. So just being involved in campus things, sports, going to small events that the campus has, at the end of the semester they have those food trucks when it's warmer outside and things like that. So I would say just being on campus and just getting your face out there, and then somebody's going to come up to you and speak. So.
So I know last summer you worked with our office a lot, and you talked with Dean about creating the PCA, the Pioneer Careers Association, which is, for everyone out there, it's a new student organization on campus to help with our center, the Career Readiness Center, to get involved in career readiness and to organize events around that. So what is your goal with that moving forward? I know you're a senior, whatever it may be, but what is your goal, hoping, if someone wants to take over after you leave, anything about the Pioneer Careers Association?
Yeah, so hopefully someone that was kind of in the same position that I was, just kind of slow on networking and getting to meet people, will come in and take it over and just take it to the next step, because it kind of started out slow, but we had a few different meetings and some people were showing up, but it was kind of just a club to really get other majors networking together and get yourself out there. So I'm hoping that someone, even if it's a freshman or a sophomore, comes in and can really just take it on and keep on moving with it.
Yeah, because I know there's a lot of people who think that the Career Readiness Center only tends to the business school, when we tend to all the schools, like communication, COPA, education, arts and sciences. And that's the goal of the club, is to get at least one student from every school and every major, if we can get down to that, to really join, just for that collaboration aspect and just to really talk forward or move forward and how they can kind of collaborate moving forward?
Yeah, since the start of the Pioneer Careers Association, I've met people in pretty much every different school and major that we have that I wouldn't have originally talked to. So it was great to have connections with people that are like political science majors that you would never know of.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, because a lot of what what I do, I'm with the same people: School of Comm, business school, track. So, I mean, track's a way to like meet other people from other majors, but I really love the fact that that club is meant to network with a bunch of majors, so you have a wide range of networking in your back pocket.
So I know that you obtained a full-time position after graduation, right?
Congratulations.
How did you go about doing that? Was it that networking aspect, getting your face out there? How did that come about?
Yeah, so it was definitely the networking aspect, going to the career fairs and everything. Like, you guys just kept encouraging me to go to the career fairs. I was applying to jobs, wasn't getting the positions that I really expected to. Kept just going and talking to people, and then I stumbled upon the BNY Mellon position at a career fair. Talked to a recruiter. She told me to apply, and then I always send up follow-up emails after I talk to people at the employer table. So I sent a follow-up email. We ended up talking for a little bit. I went through the interview process, and now I'm going to be starting there in August after graduation.
That's amazing.
That's so exciting, especially that you obtained that job through one of our events. Even if it's just one student, for me personally, it makes me feel good that, one, students are taking advantage of it, and two, students found an outcome, a positive outcome from it. So that just makes me happy.
Yeah, I would say with the interview process and going to the career fairs, you're obviously not going to get every opportunity that you apply for, or you're not going to get a follow-up email back from everyone that you email. But I would just say to stick to it and stick to the grind, because eventually something's going to let up, like it did for me. So I can be living proof for it.
And nothing that is meant for you will pass you at the end of the day. So
I love that.
That job was definitely meant for you. And, you put the work in, you took the action to get there, and it paid off. You got a full-time position now after graduation.
Oh, it's like the best outcome. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned the grind. Talk about that. What has all gone into the grind for you? I guess your time here at Point Park, whatever that may be.
Yeah, for me, it was, besides school, just learning time management, because I think that, especially now, senior year, it's easy to just fall off track and kind of just put everything on like coasting mode. You're just going through the homework, going through the assignments. But I think once you just find some type of purpose in like doing the work that you're doing and realize like you're here for a reason to actually get your work done, you'll actually like, I don't know, get a little boost of motivation to like really get it done. So even with the applying for BNY, it's made me more excited for senior year, knowing that like I'm graduating to do something. So I have more motivation to just like do better and just get everything done. So
I love that. One thing that we've been asking the seniors is, because this is the first senior class or first class at Point Park that has really gone through the COVID aspect. How was that? How was that for you? If it was mental, if it was anything, if you want to share. And then how did you kind of come out of that?
Yeah, so COVID was definitely a hard situation for me. I was just sitting in my dorm room the whole semester pretty much, just going through the motions, doing work, didn't really go to the dining hall or anything. I kind of wish that I had another year undergrad because COVID took it away, but we're here now. But I think that COVID kind of gave the senior year class now a sense of like motivation in a way, because it was hard for a lot of people to get through that. So I think that if you made it through COVID and you're still here, there's no reason that you can't finish now.
Yeah.
Because COVID was a hard year for not just students, but everybody.
Mm-hmm.
A sense of like togetherness.
Yeah, and then just not seeing everybody's faces. All you see is masks, so you don't really know like who someone like really looks like.
Especially meeting people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was tough.
Yeah, that networking
Making friends.
aspect.
Oh my gosh, and networking, there was really none of that. I mean, they had some virtual things, but when you're a freshman and you're starting out in a totally new environment, there's only so much that you can actually do. Like, you can take as much action as you can, but with those the limits, there was just not a lot.
Yeah. Natalea, do you have any other questions for Matthew?
I think we covered it all.
Matthew, do you have anything else to share, whether it be any students at Point Park, be freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, or just anybody at Point Park before we end this today?
Yeah, I would say definitely just stick to the grind and get more involved on campus and start networking, because it's not bad to know anyone on campus. Everybody has somebody else or a source or someone that you can use to better yourself in the long run. So
yeah,
I would say stay involved and just stay positive.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. And we're excited to see what you do with your future, what you do at BNY. Don't be a stranger, okay?
Of course. Definitely stop by.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew, for being our special guest today. Thank you for talking about networking, getting your face out there, utilizing our services at the Career Readiness Center, and giving advice back to freshmen and sophomores and just the students here at Point Park on how to network and how to get your face out there, especially getting out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and he definitely told us. I mean, he branched out with the help from you and Dean. I mean, you guys were a big inspiration to him, and that was really nice to hear. Especially, like, I know that's not me, but it's really nice to hear that because, you know, you guys work so hard, and you motivated him to branch out and network, and now he has a full-time job graduating.
And that's one of my personal goals, just in this job or just life goals in general, is just to make a difference in someone's life, wherever I'm at, whether it be personally, professionally, a combination, whatever it may be. And I'm happy that he found a post-grad job.
I know. He worked hard.
I know. But thank you so much, Matthew, for being here on the Pioneer Careers podcast. But before we leave today, before we end our first episode of the semester, what better way, because I know a lot of people might be feeling it right now, is seasonal depression. Yay!
Love it.
So a lot of people might not know what it is, even though it's talked about a lot. So it's actually termed as seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. People might say, hey, I have SAD, or hey, I am SAD. During this time of year, and it basically just means seasonal affective disorder. But a lot of people might not know exactly what that means or what it is. So it's a type of depression. It happens during certain seasons of the year, most often fall or winter. There are some cases where it happens when spring starts to roll around, because there are people who do feel sad during the summer. For me, I don't understand how, but I'm not going to judge those people because I thrive in the spring and the summer and possibly the fall. But then when I feel the weather start to change, December is when I start to feel it, like right after Christmas in between New Year's. And then as soon as January hits, bam, hits the mental. And then it's like, oh, let's be lazy. Let's sit on the couch. Let's do nothing. Let's not get any sunlight or vitamin D, right? And it explains here that it is thought that shorter days and less daylight may trigger a chemical change in the brain, leading to symptoms of depression. Light therapy and antidepressants can help treat SAD. And it just talks about who's at risk for SAD. It usually starts in adulthood. The risk of SAD increases with age, and it's rare in people under the age of 20. They go into more detail about what causes SAD. We kind of touched upon it briefly. Less sunlight and shorter days. Melatonin and sleep-related hormone also has been linked to SAD. The body naturally makes more melatonin when it's dark, which is what helps you sleep. So when days are shorter and darker, more melatonin is made because there's melatonin pills. Sometimes I take them in the summer, or when I feel like I'm not able to fall asleep, I maybe just pop one melatonin.
I should start taking. I've been saying this for years. I should just start trying to take melatonin. I don't know why I don't.
So have you personally experienced any symptoms of SAD or in the past recently?
Yeah, I definitely don't like the cold at all.
No.
I really don't. I mean, the snow's really pretty, but I'm definitely like a spring. I love spring. Spring's my favorite season. It's just I don't know. I love spring. It's new beginnings. It's like fresh. There's flowers,
life, green, colors.
Yeah, it's just like an exciting time for me. I don't know. I just really enjoy that. I can see why people they're not the biggest fan of summer. I think it's because, I love the weather. I love the sun. I love tanning. But if you're still a student, I mean, you're either doing an internship, you're working, and sometimes it can get a little bit boring. You're not seeing your friends at school anymore. So, I can see that side of it. But the actual sun is the best.
Yeah. I need the sun. I'm already, in my mind, I'm counting down, what is it? It's February 5th when we're recording this. And I'm like, less than a month until March 1st. Because as soon as March hits, I associate March with the color green. I associate it with life. I associate it with warmer temperatures, whether that be in the 50s. Like, I'm fine. Anything in the 40s, give me 50s, give me 60s, give me nice, and then we turn the clocks forward.
I lose an hour of sleep.
We lose an hour of sleep, yes. However, days get longer.
True.
Even yesterday, I was like, I looked at the time and I looked outside. It said 5:45 and it was still light outside. I said to my roommate, Shauna, oh my gosh, it's 6 o'clock and it's still light outside.
That's
And
hilarious.
I got so excited. I was like, yes, it's here. But then, oh no, it gets dark later, but we'll have darker mornings when we move the clocks forward. But I'm so excited. It talks about the symptoms of SAD. Fall onset, which is the most common. I don't want to say normal. The most common type of SAD. This is called winter depression. Symptoms of depression begin in the late fall to early winter months and ease during the summer months.
Relatable.
Me.
Relatable.
And then there's spring onset, which is what I was talking about earlier. This is also called summer depression. Symptoms of depression begin in late spring to early summer, and this type is much less common. Here's most common symptoms: increased sleep and daytime drowsiness, relatable. Loss of interest and pleasure in activities formerly enjoyed, relatable. Social withdrawal and increased sensitivity to rejection, relatable. Irritability and anxiety, relatable. Hopelessness, guilt, fatigue, low energy, decreased ability to focus or concentrate. That's a big one for me. Weight gain, physical problems such as headaches, anything. They just talk about how it's diagnosed, how it's treated, exposure to sunlight. You could get a light. They talk about light therapy here. You can get some type of light. They talk about light therapy. If increase in sunlight is not possible, exposure to a special light for a specific amount of time each day may help. And sunlight gives us that vitamin D. I notice it in my body. I don't know if you do. If I don't get that sunlight, I do have vitamin D pills to take, and I can notice like a change in my mood immediately. It's not like, woo! It's not like that. It's just like elevated, and it's minimal, but it does make a difference. Sunlight is essential. There's dark, cloudy days. I associate Pittsburgh with Seattle. Seattle's dark. Sometimes it's rainy. It's gross.
Yesterday was a beautiful day.
Yesterday was beautiful.
Yesterday was very beautiful. The sun was out. It was a nice temperature.
It was, but I just rotted on the couch.
Okay.
Because I was still feeling it from the weekend. I talked about it earlier. Groundhog Day. I had 3 hours of sleep. Woke up at 4 a.m. And then I was just feeling it all weekend. At my old age of 30, I take the whole weekend to recover because my body needs it. And I was kind of mad at myself for that. But SAD. It is a thing, and it is definitely. Trying to figure out how to word this. It's okay to recognize that you have it, but moving forward, what do you do about it? What do our listeners do, to combat the SAD, the seasonal affective disorder? Feel free to leave a comment and let us know. Maybe there's something we haven't mentioned that we can share with our listeners, that you could share with the listeners as well. Just keep giving, keep spreading awareness about that, because this is a tough time for a lot of individuals, including myself. Possibly you as well. It's just very hard to be motivated to do things, but keep moving forward. There are brighter days, pun intended, brighter times ahead of us. And you got this. You got this, girl.
You got it. Power through, and then it'll be beautiful.
Power through. But I kind of think, do you have anything else about seasonal depression, seasonal affective disorder?
I think you covered everything.
I did.
You really did cover everything. I have nothing else.
Mr. Article Man.
Mr. Article Man.
I'm saving the trees using my work laptop. But I'm so happy to be back for this semester, to be doing this with you.
Me too. I'm
your
excited.
Last semester here at Point Park. We don't have to talk about that yet. But be tuned, or stay tuned for the rest of the semester. We have exciting topics planned, but be sure to follow us, like and subscribe, wherever it may be, wherever you get your podcasts, whether that be Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or Spotify. If you have any questions, or, if you want to make a comment about the show, talk about seasonal depression, how you network, how you kind of get yourself out there, feel free to email us at careerdev@pointpark.edu. That is careerdev@pointpark.edu. And just a reminder, we are recording at the CMI.
Yep, I was just about to say that.
Point Park University. Anything else to add before we kind of end?
I think that's it. We'll catch y'all later. We'll catch y'all for our next episode.
We'll catch y'all later. See ya.
Bye.